The scandal hit like a lightning bolt on a clear afternoon. One moment the world saw Seraphine Vale as the unshakable CEO of Vale Tech, and the next, headlines plastered across every newsfeed claimed she was cold, unlovable, and incapable of forming real relationships. A malicious rumor leaked by a rival company triggered a PR wildfire that threatened to burn down everything she'd built. Her board demanded she appear at the prestigious Meridian Foundation Gala with a partner. Someone to soften her image, someone who'd make the world believe she wasn't the ruthless, steel-hearted woman they made her out to be. The clock was ticking. She had 48 hours. But what she didn't know was that the man who would save her reputation wasn't a polished businessman or a socialite. He was a single dad patching a damaged wall in her office that very morning. If you believe in kindness, redemption, and second chances, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Touch of Kindness. It helps us bring more inspiring stories to you. Seraphine stood overlooking the panoramic city skyline, her hands trembling though she hid it behind her usual practiced composure. Sunlight washed over the glass floors of her top-level suite, but nothing could warm the rising dread inside her chest. She had sacrificed years, birthdays, relationships, moments that could have mattered, to build a company that now hung in the balance because of a rumor. She needed someone believable, someone real. The PR team suggested hiring an actor, a model, or even a high-end escort, but every option made her feel sick. She didn't want fake warmth or a transactional smile. She needed authenticity. That was when she heard a dull thud from the hallway outside her office, followed by a soft and slightly frustrated sigh. Someone clearly not having the best day. When she opened the door, she saw him on his knees, holding a plaster trowel in one hand, his black t-shirt lightly dusted with white powder. He looked up and, for a moment, the world seemed to pause. His eyes were a deep shade of hazel, calm yet filled with unspoken weariness. A ring of morning sunlight framed him through the window like a quiet spotlight. His name, she soon learned, was Kyle Rowan, a contractor her assistant had hired last minute after a delivery cart crashed into the wall outside her office. Kyle apologized for the noise, wiping his forehead with the back of his wrist. Seraphine found herself studying him longer than she meant to, the careful precision in which he worked, the gentleness in his expression, the subtle exhaustion that hinted at a life with heavy responsibilities. She assumed he was just another worker passing through her day, until her phone buzzed with a message from her assistant, warning her that the board wanted an answer about her gala date within an hour. Something inside her shifted. Maybe it was the desperation, or maybe it was the quiet sincerity in Kyle's eyes. But before she could stop herself, she stepped toward him, her voice trembling slightly as she asked him something she'd never imagined asking a stranger. Kyle blinked, stunned. He wasn't a man who lived in glamorous halls or danced under crystal chandeliers. He repaired walls and worked long shifts to provide for his 8-year-old daughter, Leora. He told Seraphine he wasn't the kind of man who fit into her world. But Seraphine insisted she didn't need perfect, just genuine. Something about her tone made him pause, and for the first time in a long while, someone saw him not as a struggling single dad or repairman, but as a person who mattered. The next day, bright morning sunlight filled Seraphine's penthouse as Kyle arrived for fitting and prep. He wore the same humble smile, slightly awkward yet warm. Leora clung to his hand shyly, curious about the elegant space but respectful. When she said hello to Seraphine, her small voice carried more sincerity than any business greeting Seraphine had heard in years. Seraphine found herself kneeling to Leora's height, complimenting the little girl's purple sneakers and messy ponytail. Something softened inside her, something she had locked away for far too long. As they prepared for the gala, Kyle tried on the tailored suit Seraphine had arranged. The transformation took her breath away. She'd seen countless men in suits, but Kyle carried a kind of quiet strength that no amount of wealth could buy. When he stepped out of the dressing room, Leora's eyes widened with wonder, and Seraphine couldn't help smiling at the pure admiration on the little girl's face. But beneath the warmth of that moment, Kyle still carried doubt. He didn't want to embarrass her. He wasn't accustomed to elite functions, to cameras, or to being judged under the public's harsh spotlight. But Seraphine reassured him gently, telling him that authenticity would be more powerful than polished fake charm. For a woman known for her icy reputation, her honesty surprised even herself. The drive to the gala felt surreal. The city stretched beneath the bright afternoon sun, the golden reflection of skyscrapers casting warm streaks across the limousine windows. Kyle sat stiffly at first, hands neatly folded, but Seraphine engaged him with stories of her early career, the obstacles she had fought to claw her way into the CEO seat. Kyle shared how he lost his wife 3 years earlier, how he struggled to balance work and parenting, and how Leora became his entire world. The vulnerability between them built like a bridge, quiet, steady, unexpected. When they stepped onto the gala's red carpet walkway, hundreds of flashing cameras lit up the scene. Reporters shouted questions at Seraphine, expecting her usual poised distance. But Kyle, overwhelmed by the chaos, gently reached for her hand without thinking, an instinctive gesture of support. She squeezed his hand back, and for the first time in months, her smile wasn't forced. Inside the ballroom, sunlight poured through towering glass windows, illuminating the golden drapes and crystal chandeliers. The atmosphere was regal, but Kyle's presence grounded Seraphine in a way she hadn't felt in years. The guests were curious about him, and instead of pretending, Kyle answered honestly, speaking with sincerity that charmed the room. They laughed when he shared a wholesome story about Leora's recent attempt to cook pancakes without supervision, and people saw Seraphine laugh, really laugh, for the first time in a long while. Slowly, the false narrative about her began to unravel. Her board members exchanged surprised glances. This wasn't the cold figure the media painted. This was a woman capable of warmth, connection, and vulnerability, and she owed it to a man who had shown up simply to repair a wall. As the afternoon sun shifted into evening glow, the ballroom transformed with warm amber lighting. Seraphine and Kyle stood near the balcony, overlooking the city bathed in soft golden hues. Kyle confessed he felt out of place, despite everyone being kind. But Seraphine told him the truth. He was the only one in the entire room who felt real. Something in her voice cracked as she admitted she'd spent years hiding behind power because she feared being vulnerable in front of others. Kyle looked at her with a depth she wasn't used to, telling her that strength didn't come from walls. It came from allowing someone to stand beside you. Their connection deepened in a silent way, woven through shared stories, shared fears, and shared moments of unexpected tenderness. After the gala, Seraphine invited Kyle and Leora to a quiet rooftop garden at her headquarters, a place she rarely visited anymore. The daytime air was crisp, carrying the faint scent of blooming jasmine. Leora ran around chasing butterflies, while Kyle and Seraphine walked side by side beneath a wooden pergola trailing with vines. Kyle teased her gently about her serious work persona, and Seraphine admitted she never had the luxury of being anything else. She had grown up in poverty, determined to create a better life, but in doing so she had forgotten how to let people in. Kyle understood loneliness better than most. As Leora twirled under rays of golden light, Seraphine watched her with admiration. She confessed to Kyle that she once longed for a family, but life pulled her in another direction. Kyle told her she still deserved love, joy, and warmth, not for what she achieved, but for who she was beneath the armor. That night, the newspapers ran headlines about Seraphine Vale's unexpected transformation, not about scandal, but about the surprising man who brought out her humanity. The world watched as she walked openly beside a single father who wasn't wealthy, powerful, or polished, but who carried a heart big enough to warm hers. Seraphine invited Kyle and Leora into her life more often after that day. Daytime lunches became routine. She helped Leora with school projects. Kyle repaired more than just walls. He fixed broken shelves, leaky faucets, and eventually something deeper inside, Seraphine, that she never admitted was fractured. Slowly, gently, they built something real, and it wasn't long before Seraphine realized she didn't want him in her life just for PR or company. She wanted him because he brought her a peace she had never known. Kyle, too, found something he thought he'd lost forever, the feeling of being valued, respected, and truly seen. Their love didn't erupt in a dramatic confession. It grew quietly, like light spreading slowly through a dark room. One bright morning, as Kyle fixed a loose door hinge in her office while Leora colored on the floor, Seraphine realized this was what home felt like. Not a place,